Alrighty, we'll go ahead and get started with our final Copilot Newsroom of the year. Yes, we are sad, and we know that you are just totally devastated as well, but we will be coming back in the new year, so stay tuned for that. We won't be covering any of the many Ignite updates that have been announced a couple weeks ago in November, just because there's so many. There's a lot to digest. We're not sure what's rolling out, uh, and in what order. But we will be going through some updates regarding, some exciting Copilot features that are new in November and coming in December. If you are new here, my name is Kellen McLeod. I'm an adoption change management consultant. I'm joined on the line by my colleagues Will and Alex. If you want to introduce yourselves, feel free.
Yeah, I'll go first. Hey everyone, I'm Willie. I'm a senior Microsoft consultant based out of Chicago, and excited to talk to you about some Copilot updates. And handing it over to Alex.
Thanks, Will. I'm Alex Zakorin, also senior consultant with Valorem Reply. Excited to discuss the recent updates related to Copilot agents, Copilot administration, and bring as much new information as possible to you.
Thanks, guys. We're missing our lovely Sharon on the line today due to some flight cancellation, so we wish her the best for that. We have quite a lot of updates to get through. We won't be covering all of them, but as usual, I'll be covering those end user capabilities, passing it over to Will for admin capabilities, and then Alex will be rounding us out with the exciting agents updates. It wouldn't be Copilot Newsroom if I didn't have an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about Reply. So as I kind of mention every month, Reply really has grown into a global decentralized network of highly specialized companies, each having their own specific concentration. We have over 16,000 experts worldwide that help organizations stay ahead of the curve. We're not really a monolith, but rather a coordinated network of technology and system integration companies. And we work quite closely to one another to bring comprehensive solutions to our customers. Our goal at Reply is to be agile and innovative and to stay close to our customers, keeping their business goals at the forefront of everything that we intend to do. And we also try to build them the best-in-class technology solutions that sustain them long-term. And all of these things tend to change over time, and that's why we invest in long-term relationships with each other and our clients as well. At Valorem Reply specifically, we specialize in Microsoft solutions. So that means, whether you're looking for a new social tool to connect people at your siloed organization, or you're thinking about rolling out Copilot to a wider audience, or even if you're looking for a more custom solution, we really bring the best of technical security and adoption guidance to aid you in that process. Or if there's a more niche need that you find at your organization, there's probably a Reply for that, and we can always help with that as well. The combination of our modern work strategy that focuses on user experience and design, and also finding the right build, migration, or implementation strategy helps us pursue the most effective adoption change management plan or path forward. This allows our solutions to be much more robust and comprehensive for your company's needs. We recognize that all roles in an organization have a part to play in terms of change, and we all want to kind of cater to them in the specific ways. We approach change management from various different strategies, but we always make sure to align the strategy and path forward by prioritizing the people that we work with, as well as the specific design solution that helps us effectively build and implement these things as well. We also have quite a few specialties regarding Microsoft tools, so we encourage you to reach out to us if you have any questions at all regarding these tools. Whether you are in need of upgrading your business apps, need to migrate one of your platforms or 2 or 3 of them, increase automation in AI, you need guidance or strategy on governance, our experts will really meet you where you are. If you need more information on any of these things, please feel free to reach out to any one of us to let us know. We'd be happy to talk with you about our experience, how we can bring that strategy to your organization. 2025 has been a really incredible year for all of these solutions that we have implemented with our customers. But speaking of things that always keep us on our toes, I'm going to dive into some end user updates regarding Copilot. So you might have seen a couple of things coming through ahead of Ignite. But one of the things that I'd like to talk to you a little bit about is GPT-5. Now, in the past couple of newsrooms, you all have seen that this update or this button has kind of appeared in your Copilot chat, giving you the opportunity to utilize it when necessary. GPT-5 is a specific query classification tool that enables Copilot to kind of classify your query based on the type of question you are asking. So whether you're asking for a very quick task, it will prioritize speed and accuracy. But if you're asking for a more analysis and in-depth question, that GPT-5 Copilot model is really going to do the in-depth research and find all of the necessary and comprehensive information that you might need to know. Now, this GPT-5 model will soon become the default model in Copilot chat. So instead of you having the opportunity to choose whether you use GPT-4 or GPT-5, it will then just become GPT-5 as default. You will also have the opportunity to see agent suggestions going forward, and the accuracy for file-based and people inquiries in Copilot chat will also improve. So you'll kind of see that when you're talking to Copilot, mentioning your files or referencing the people that you're working with, asking it to maybe create an FAQ, it can do this with much better accuracy. So instead of you kind of having to iterate upon it, kind of letting it know this information isn't correct, it should improve its accuracy with cross-file analysis, having a more simplified workflow for you to be able to take that information forward. And regarding your conversations with Copilot in Copilot chat, you will also have the opportunity to select an agent for your query. So when you're kind of talking to Copilot, it might suggest that you use an agent for a specific query if it's applicable. So what that will look like is in your conversations at the bottom, you'll have an opportunity to toggle this on and select maybe the research agent or the analysis agent to kind of have that one-click engagement and discussion beginning for you. Copilot Chat is also simplifying calendar management, so you'll be able to kind of search your events by category. Copilot will be able to organize your action items as well as updates by the events in your calendar, or if you utilize categories, Copilot will be able to kind of organize your information this way. So for example, if you are scheduling to-dos on your calendar, you can categorize them by which project they're a part of, and Copilot should be able to summarize, for example, your week or your day out for you. There's new Copilot Chat mobile capabilities coming regarding document view. So if you like to review your Word documents or PowerPoints on your phone on the go, you have the opportunity to open Copilot to gain quick insights of Word documents, extract deadlines from PowerPoint decks if that's where you'd like to keep them, or analyze Excel data on your mobile device. So this helps, again, with streamlined workflows and enhancing mobile productivity while you're kind of on the go. Another really exciting update will be the audio recap in Teams. So this will help transform a meeting recap into more of a podcast style update. So instead of you reading through a very long meeting summary or asking Copilot to summarize the meeting for you, or list out action items, what you'll be able to do is have a hands-free listening experience on the desktop or on the mobile or on your mobile device while you're trying to catch up on all of the things you might have missed or trying to kind of gather insights that way. This is a really great opportunity for us to kind of listen in on a meeting, and these audio recaps shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. So really allowing us to get caught up in a lot less time than it might have taken us to read through all of the details in a meeting summary. You can select between a couple of different delivery styles, from a newscaster to an executive to a more casual speaker. And this will also have flexible access. So you'll be able to generate audio recaps for up to 8 meetings at a time and replay them at any time as well. Great. There will also be a new capability for you to review a file summary in a one-on-one or a group chat in Teams. So this kind of relates to some of the Ignite updates, but what will happen is when somebody sends you a file in Teams, you have the opportunity to open Copilot in your side chat pane and ask Copilot for a summary of this document. This makes it easier to review especially on the go, without having to dive directly into the document. You can kind of get a clear, holistic snapshot of what that document is first. It is also security compliant, so if you share a document in a group chat and now everybody has access, they probably won't be able to access this feature in their Copilot chat. And again, it also helps in boosting productivity, getting you caught up faster. Relating to both end user updates and agent updates, there will also be an agent mode in Word. So when talking to Copilot, Copilot Chat in Word, you have the opportunity to toggle on agent mode. And that just doesn't necessarily have to mean researcher or analyst, but what this will do is allow Copilot to suggest refinements, ask clarifying questions, and then apply Word's templates or formatting to the document that you are editing. This helps in faster iteration, quick adjustments, and also can give you better ideas regarding content generation. The same capability will also be available in Excel, so this can help you automate complex tasks, kind of transferring data as well as analyzing it quickly, getting caught up. So you can simply toggle this on in the bottom of your prompt pane. So stay tuned for that one. There's also going to be an enhancement in terms of scheduling meetings. You will have a button that kind of looks like enhancing your preparation for that meeting. So for example, it will appear in the bottom of that calendar invite, and you will ask Copilot, please help me prepare for this meeting. What that can do is offer help in terms of locating resources, getting caught up, giving you summaries of the information that you should be aware of. It's more interactive as well, so you can kind of continue that conversation in chat and get those answers so that you can have those top of mind when you go into your meetings. There will also be Teams mode in Copilot Chat, so this will allow for group conversations in Teams to kind of build upon the shared work. So this kind of relates to some of the Ignite updates as well. So this should integrate into your Teams chats, and these conversations will follow you throughout your interactions. It will allow Copilot to kind of be in those conversations with you, tracking information, taking notes for you, doing research, drafting content, planning. It is also permission based, so those group chats that have this feature will respect those permissions and file access controls, ensuring that all of that information stays protected, and also, again, helps with streamlined team workflows. And you will also, in the new year, be able to use your own personal Copilot subscription to access Copilot at work. So if you don't have a Copilot license at work, you can bring your own personal Copilot license to work, kind of enabling a blend of both licenses to work. So this will use Copilot on, use your personal Copilot on work documents without a specific corporate license. So this also is secure by design, so we'll kind of bring with it those enterprise permissions, encryption, and compliance. So all of that will remain intact. And you also have the opportunity to turn this off with admin control as well. All right, that brings me to the end of our end user updates. I'll pass it on over to Will for our admin and management capabilities.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Kellen. Yeah, so as you said, I'm going to be now taking us through the admin and management capabilities. Some exciting updates for sure. The first one being that we can quickly now find the Copilot control system features on the Microsoft public roadmap. This is actually something that rolled out in September, but I know I personally myself, many times I've questioned, hey, is Microsoft working on something, XYZ? Is it on the public roadmap? Previously, my experience has been a little bit disjointed. I think the public roadmap previously has been a bit of a mess, but the Copilot control system is the new term that they sort of coined and provided for all things Copilot governance and admin related. So a neat way to sort of categorize it and make it a little bit easier to find for anybody who wants to look for that information. So again, if you want to look for it on the Microsoft 365 public roadmap, the key term you want to look for is Copilot Control System, all one word. Excuse me. So the next update is that the Copilot usage tracking is now available in government community cloud tenants. So if you are a member in a GCC moderate and you previously did not have access to this, you now have the ability to look into the agent usage report. Again, just standard agent analytic tracking, cross-app insights, adoption of agents across Word, PowerPoint, the standard productivity tools, and other M365 applications. You can drive down into user level insights as well for effective license management and deployment strategies, right? If there's usage, tracking usage for and reassigning licenses is a pretty standard practice there. And again, overall, just optimize governance, right? I think having this information, you manage what you measure, and you can only, reactively control what you're doing based off of the information that you're given. So having a better understanding of what's going on in your tenant and your environments agents wise is always a very useful addition. So this is available now for GCC tenants. The next one, there is a new Microsoft 365 Copilot usage report, right? So Microsoft, again, I think there's a lot of investments going into the analytics side, right? Copilot definitely is there's no doubt that it's a great and useful tool, but how do we measure that ROI? I think so far since the introduction of the tool, a lot of it has been self-reported. A lot of organizations that we work with, we have to do A/B testing to figure out, what their, work looks like before the implementation of Copilot, and then during, and then after. We can actively track how much time that they might be effectively saving. But again, a lot of that has been self-reported. So there's a lot more advanced metrics that are coming out. Microsoft is again investing more and more into this, so they're continuing to revamp the Copilot usage report. So now we can monitor engagement. We can get more advanced insights as well, a little bit more deeper insights at the individual level. I think at the organizational level and between teams and different functions, um, it's been more advanced, and I think the individual user level analytics have been catching up. So definitely a lot to look at here, but being able to optimize adoption based off of the decisions you make, based off the information, right? You manage what you measure, and definitely putting in place the effective strategies that you derive from this information. And ultimately, the end goal is to boost productivity, right? The Copilot is a tool that's assigned to each user to act as a personal assistant almost. So driving adoption of the tool and ensuring effective utilization of Copilot across the organization is the ultimate goal. And again, this is something that rolled out in October. Agent ownership reassignment. So I think in the past few months, Microsoft have made and rolled out changes to the agent inventory in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, in the Power Platform Admin Center, as well as the DPSM in Purview. So lots of different places, but now there is agent ownership reassignment. So, very similar to Power Platform applications or assets that might become orphaned if the original owner leaves the organization, or if they're if they leave the organization, or maybe if their account has been temporarily disabled, or the app has there's housekeeping flows in place that disable active agents or flows or apps, or whatever the asset is. There is now a process to reassign specifically agents. This is something that rolled out in October, but again, being able to manage ownerless agents with full lifecycle controls, and being able to have this sort of inventory view where you can filter, reassign, and make the decision to remove any agents if you don't think it's worth reassigning to. This is definitely a big win for IT administrators looking to effectively manage agents in their organization. Enhance agent inventory export. So again, the past few months, as I mentioned, they've improved the agent inventory interface, the user interface for admins. They've also now included the ability to export. I think some key metadata fields that you can export include app ID, associated to the agent, the creator of the agent, the sensitivity level, agent capabilities, different knowledge sources that are connected to the agent, supported actions, and there are a few more in there as well. But I think the benefits here are definitely enhanced visibility into the agents, as well as being able to share that out, right? If you have the need to take snapshots of agent inventory at certain points, exports are a great use case for that as well. But of course, we welcome any additional tools for governance here. So agent inventory export, again, also something that rolled out in October. The next one is actually something that I think is pretty exciting, but model context protocol and unified agent management. Essentially, the key takeaway here is that Microsoft has allowed or developers to expose APIs for our agents to allow other developers to be able to integrate with our agents. There's lots of different use cases for this, but I think having the ability to do that obviously comes with lots of risk. So making sure that there's this tool in place in the admin center, the Copilot control system, to be able to manage the agent activity that's outside, or that other integrations with agents that are being built within our organization. Definitely need to manage the activity and all the interactions there. So Copilot control system, it definitely empowers admins to maintain trust, security, and compliance within this sort of new model context protocol and unified agent management view. And this is something that rolled out in September. The next one is an update for the billing capacity. So within the Copilot control system, now AI admins can apply prepaid Copilot credit capacity. So if you are on the, there's billing for pay as you go, and then the other is to purchase, right, that pre-purchase capacity pack. The new update here is that if you have pre-purchase capacity specifically only applied to Copilot. It used to be where you could only apply that capacity to Copilot agents, but now they have extended it to where you can also apply available Copilot credits to SharePoint agents and Copilot tuning. So it's effectively, increasing the value of the pre-purchase capacity pack since you're able to use it in two more services. This is something that you rolled out in October. And something to note here is that once all the Copilot credit capacity has been used up, then these services will automatically switch to pay as you go. So if you do end up applying some of the capacity to other agents, SharePoint agents for SharePoint tuning, definitely something to keep in mind if you want to avoid having to flip to pay as you go at any point in that process. The next one is companion apps. This one is pretty unique, but essentially you can allow your employees to enable companion apps on their Windows taskbar. So things like people, files, calendar. But this is also pretty neat for pinning, right? If you want to pin specific apps, ensuring consistency. And Copilot is definitely a new tool that's available for that as well. Team views and Copilot dashboard. So this is a pretty new and effective tool for managers. But if you wanted to look at usage, Copilot usage analytics across your team specifically, you can get some advanced team level insights here. Scope to their teams only, right? You want because as a manager, you might have a need to look into your team's metrics only. You get some admin controls here via Viva Insights. You can adjust, minimum group size or upload a CSV file of the team that you want to manage. And of course, really emphasizing the point of you manage what you measure. So the insights is definitely an important addition to any manager looking to get more effectiveness from the Copilot as a tool. The next one is Copilot Chat API. So this one enables developers to basically embed Copilot into AI solutions. Again, when APIs are being exposed, I think there's definitely a certain amount of risk that comes with it. So if you are looking to embed or integrate Copilot Chat API with your other solutions, I think essentially there's a lot of security risks and conversations that need to be had, but definitely something that's really cool where you can essentially allow developers to interact with Copilot with, again, the benefit of Copilot is that it interacts with your work and organization data. So users can now simply send prompts to the API for synthesized answers based on web and work data. But again, if you're allowing other users to integrate this Copilot Chat API tool, they're essentially being able to gain access to those synthesized answers based off that web and work data that's specific to your organization. So again, just coupling this with the fact that lots of things to think about security wise, permissions wise. So if you do look into this, but nonetheless a very cool feature that rolled out in October. Okay, so that's it for my list of updates. And I think with admin capabilities, and I'll be handing it now over to Alex.
Thank you, Will. Okay, so we're going to talk about agents because I think the agents is going to be topic of conversation not only for this newsroom um, call, but also for many, many to come in 2026. So we're going to start with a few announcements about first-party agents. And just a reminder, if when we use terminology first-party agents, we're basically talking about agents that built by Microsoft. So those agents, they pre-built, they are available in your environment, obviously, if you have Copilot license, and if you part of Frontier program, some of those agents will be available to you right away. If you're not part of Frontier program, you will see those agents popping up in your environment a little bit later. The first agent that I want to bring your attention is employee self-service agents. This particular agent provides centralized experience for employee support, uh, being HR support or IT support, helping employees quickly find answers and complete tasks. For example, like living and checking leave balance or submitting IT tickets. This particular engine integrates with existing system and can hand off in line and with context to like Workday, ServiceNow. So this agent can bring information from those third-party systems and provide answers, but also it can enact some actions that will integrate with those systems. This particular agent built in Copilot Studio for HR and IT scenarios, and actually there are kind of it's splits into two branches, one for HR and one for IT scenario. This custom agent has connectors and pre-configured workflow for existing systems such as Workday, ServiceNow, SAP, SuccessFactors, SharePoint. And you can also build more additional customization to any other systems that you have using some other capabilities. So it's a template that could be deployed in your environment and could be configure connectivity to those third-party systems. We are at Valorem Reply. We're one of few partners who actually support customers with helping to actually bring this agent into the environment. So if you have interest in actually deploying this agent into your environment and configuring it, please let us know. We will be more than glad to help you. So another first-party agent is a survey agent. Survey agent is a smart assistant integrated with your Microsoft 365 Copilot that streamlines your survey workflow. So basically, it's allow you to create, design, and distribute a survey. Also track the response status and generate insights from collected feedbacks across a variety of everyday work scenarios. So Service Agent provides a structured, seamless process tailored to your survey objectives. So you can quickly create a survey and distribute it. So if you used to work with Microsoft Forms or some other survey applications, you know that it takes time to design, to come up with a list of questions and actually build your survey. So this particular survey agent will help to streamline that experience and definitely will be very useful for quick ad hoc, lightweight surveys that you can distribute within your organization. So the next first-party agent, it's a app builder agent. So this particular agent allows users quickly create lightweight interactive apps. And it could be very simple, like a project tracker, feedback form, and it builds those apps using natural language. And it uses your Microsoft 365 data. Those apps are secure enterprise ready and instantly deployable, storing data within proven Microsoft technology like Microsoft List. So for people who know what Microsoft lists are, you're probably very familiar with this functionality. It started from SharePoint list way back. Now we call it Microsoft list. It's a basically lightweight database that's stored on SharePoint site. And in the past, you would go and you create your list, and then you will have a forms that you can modify those forms. So there is a little bit of setup work that you had to do in the past to actually make it usable functionality Microsoft List. Now it's much quicker using this particular agent. You will be able to build not only list, but also like a custom interface to that list. And it's very good use case for the quick data collection, for some light, maybe even prototyping of applications. So this particular app builder agent will bring this functionality to end users. And I think it's going to be very powerful for users to start experimenting and see what currently this agent allows us to build, what type of apps. And I'm sure with more iteration of these agents, we'll see some increased complexity, what type of app this agent will allow us to build. So the next agent is Workflows agent. Workflow agent helps users to automate repetitive tasks across multiple Microsoft 365 workloads like Outlooks, Team, SharePoint, um, Planner. And to build those workflows, you can use simple natural language prompts. It built directly into the Copilot agent. It enables users to create, test, and monitor automation, such as meeting summaries or test digest. And again, because it's stores in your M365, it's enterprise-grade security and compliance. It can help ensure access to other components of M365 through the graph data. So that's another agent that definitely will increase productivity of end users. And in the future, you will be able to actually update the functionality of this agent through Copilot Studio experience. So the next agent update is the research agent. So many of us already kind of work with research agent, how powerful it is. And it brings a lot of functionality trying to give us ability to do the deep research. So with the latest updates, we will be able to build and tackle complex multi-step research at work using advanced deep reasoning models. Now users can better customize their research reports and tailor those research reports based on their needs. So there is a source control. User can select data sources such as their work data, including meetings, emails, chat. So there is like a tag that you can just say what you want to include in your research. Also SharePoint files. They can also customize the researcher report links by choosing if it's you want just short summary or more deep dive type of research. And it will be able to generate at the end a Word document with all information that research contains. And one more additional update to researcher agent. It also will introduce the secure virtual computer to navigate web content. So if you will engage that functionality, so you actually will be able to see what resources this researcher agent collect when it doing its research, and you will be able to pause and actually step into this virtual computer. It's just like a virtual web browser within your agent, and you will be able to impact and interact with the resources that your agent actually collects to build the final product. So that again will bring more understanding of enterprise grade security, because that agent kind of runs in a sandbox Windows 365 environment with strict policies. So there is a less worry about exposing any content outside of your control environment. So definitely, we encourage you to try it on and see if you will enjoy those latest updates to this particular agent. And with that, I'm gonna pass over to Kellen to finish our session today.
Thanks, Alex. I really appreciate it. I think those agent updates are super interesting, especially that surveys agent. Is that going to utilize Power Automate in creation of surveys?
It will generate this survey, Microsoft survey, through the form, and yeah, the collection of the results will be done through the Power Automate.
Fascinating. Okay, cool. All right. Well, those kind of conclude the updates that we have for you all today. But I want to ask if there's any questions kind of in the Q&A for us. Any questions regarding the end user updates, the admin and management capabilities, or agents that are rolling out? And apologies, we couldn't cover any Ignite updates for you all today, but stay tuned for our January session. Any questions before we head out for today? All right. Well, thank you all so much for the time and opportunity to kind of bring Copilot Newsroom once more to you. And for the last time in 2025, we really have enjoyed bringing you all these sessions, and we hope that it always provides value to you and helps you stay ahead of the ever-changing environment of Copilot and its agents. Again, if you have any questions about anything that we talked about today, feel free to email any one of us or the marketing team. And also, don't forget to save your seat at the next event on January 28th in the new year. Thank you all so much for the time. Have a great rest of your day.